Right, how do you plan to
got
monetize?
6
How you
months,
gonna make
bro.
this content creative?
You got 6 months,
Work,
bro.
make money, you gonna be broke.
We're trying to be broke.
You gonna be a broke?
Monetize your
Content.
content. Come on, we want them broke creators. What you gonna do?
What you gonna do, huh?
God, we got this. You got me. Controlling my creative vision. You're gonna make it money. You're gonna make the money happen. I'm gonna just seek the kingdom of heaven, rely on you, and everything else is gonna come to pass. My creative journey, my money's gonna be fine. You're gonna provide, it's gonna be good. Boom. If you're like me, I am a college student finna go into the real world. I've been getting prepared and equipped through my experiences as a college student, as a football player. If you're like me, I have 6 months left to get my life together, or at least some type of structure ready to go into the real world. I graduated from my HBCU, Cincinnati State University, where I have been able to learn internships, and partner with celebrities, and been able to grow myself and my personal brand and reputation amongst marketing, real estate, and sustainability. And I'm here to help you build your personal brand in 2026. I have experience doing UGC for the last 2 years, on and off. I've had brand deals I haven't had them. I've tried every business, and I'm really focusing on honing my personal brand this year. And I want to take you along with me. So here's 7 products that I'm going to use to launch my personal brand. These are also inspired by other creators, entrepreneurs, and things I've learned and found from them to implement in my process as I go into 2026. Because for the next 90 to 120 days, I am focusing on my personal brand. I graduate May 16th, 2026, and I want to be able to walk away with a strong personal brand on multiple platforms. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if you can too. No matter what size of following you are, if you're an aspiring creator, you want to start planning your monetized strategy so you can have longevity in the creative space. But I say that to say, one of my products that I'm going to launch first is a freebie or a newbie or a lead magnet into my newsletter. Because I'm gonna tell you straight up, the next YouTube videos I'm going to post is going to have promos in my newsletter, because this is my strategy. I think it's important as a creator to take you through the consumer journey, because not only am I your big brother, your little brother, I could be your uncle. Look, boy, I went bald at 22, so I get called uncle and nephew. It switches up from time to time. But whatever it is, I want to create that transparency for you so you can understand that I'm not just about getting the dollars. Yes, I'm about getting the dough, but I want to make enough money so I can pay up my debt and serve the people around me, so I can be blessed enough to bless you with my blessings and with hope, and not just monetization. So I think it's really important to understand the strategy. So that's why we created this video. So number 1, we're going to start off with a lead magnet or a freebie, which is going to be my job tracker or internship Notion template. I think that's going to be really important for my personal brand, because I am building a newsletter. It's called the Next Play newsletter because that's part of my brand. I'm building my next play after football, after college. What is my next play? It don't look like I'm going to the league unless NCAA say I got another year. I gotta figure out something. I gotta make some else shake, right? So in the meantime, this is what's going to happen. I have been building this. I've been planning this launch for a newsletter for some time now, kind of on and off, finicky. So I'm just jumping right into it. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I've studied some email marketing, and I've used my own strategies. And I want you to understand, you should hit the link below and join my newsletter today. You'll learn about being an entrepreneur and an intrapreneur at the same time. What space you should enter in: private, public sector, opportunities, fellowships. This is for anybody who has a kid going through my area of life, or somebody who just looking for a new opportunity or career shift, or maybe somebody going into college and don't know where to start. So look, you see, I just promote my newsletter. Yeah, got him. Here's the thing. That is my first income source. It's my freeness. I'm not even monetizing that letter. And you're like, how are you going to say it's an income source? Because Alex Hormozy talks about this in all his $100 million books. As you want to create free value first. You want to give so much value that people like, I would have paid for that. So once it's time to launch the paid offer, you have traction, engagement, and in a community that's willing to convert and sell. That's good business, baby. Number 2, I am going to have a one-off where I'm going to actually turn that lead magnet, and that's going to be into a digital product with more value. It's going to have so much value just for free. Then I'm going to turn that over and knock it up a notch with videos, different packages to make my offer stronger and make that digital product actually evidence-based and valuable and credible to my audience and to you, because it's not about just serving my pockets, it's about serving your pockets. I want to hear your testimonies. I want to hear how something I created helped you and not harmed you. So yeah, number 3, I'm gonna roll out a next play community, a paid community on school, because it's one of the best ways to have a monetized business in the creator space. But I don't want to just create a traditional, another creator course where I teach you about my personal brand. You're going to learn that through my content that I create. If it's something we want to explore down the line, cool. But this community is specifically for people exploring their next play. So this is going to be the person who works at 9 to 5. This is going to be a person who's exploring entrepreneurship during their 9 to 5. It'll be a person full-time already in entrepreneurship, but they can do things a little bit better. So systemizing it, delegating it, monetizing and automating it using AI in your space. You'll get to learn how to interview right, the right questions, the right speaking etiquette, how to be yourself in the workplace without compromising who you are or who you want to become. And that's where you get to learn a lot about that in my newsletter and my future school community. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4, it goes without no-go, continue brand partnerships and UGC. Behind the scenes, before I monetize any of those three I talked about first, I will be doing UGC partnerships, personal brand partnerships when my following gets to where I want it to be, marketing referrals, speaking events. So if you're a brand watching this video, call me, holla at me. Email is below, partnership portfolio is below. I would love to work with you. Sorry for plugging me in, guys, but that's a big way to make my monetization system. I've actually signed up for a couple events and courses to learn deeper into that so I can have the right email templates, automate my leads, and cold email properly while landing in the right person's inbox, because I've learned from UGC and doing it inconsistently that you can get discouraged because you are not even emailing the right person. Number 5, high ticket mentorship program. This one is going to probably be after the 6 months, because I showed you after my journey that I've done it, what I've been doing the last 2 years, how I failed in business, what I'm doing right in business, what I've had to learn in business, and how my content actually brings value and change. So that one is continued to be planned and strategized, but I will have a high ticket mentorship. Either I'm going to show you my behind the scenes or how to get this done. It's either going to be faith-based. Everything I do is faith-based. Let me correct that. It's going to be faith-based in some sort, so I advise you to be a believer or somebody exploring the life of being a believer while pursuing ambition that's going to continue to be your ministry so you can be an ambassador for Christ. I'm going to show you how to monetize, how you try to manage your time better, present yourself better, and understand what seasons you are in and how to hear God deeper. Because I'm still learning, but you're still learning as well. And I just want to see 3 or 4 people who are willing to lock in and be on the same wavelength as me, go higher and further. Okay, so that is number 5. Now, number 2, these are going to be I'm going to talk in code on these. There's no I'm writing stuff. I'm going to say I'm writing a couple docs for right now. I'm writing 2 docs, and they're going to be super valuable. The first doc is going to be called What is Your Next Play? It's going to talk about my experience as a content creator, my experience as somebody who's been inconsistent in content creation, failing at football, not getting the stats I want, how my personal story about my dad passing away, about what God has worked in my life, me going bald at 15, and how to see the fruit in what you might think is a curse and how it's actually your blessing. Let me put my hat back on. It's a little chilly up in here, and my head ain't shaved. Anyways, I say that to say that will have a lot of value. And when you guys want to purchase it and when I launch it, I think you will not only just hear my story, but be able to relate through it to your story, and wish you could have that tangible resource sooner, faster, because because it's going to be about my story, but it's going to be mainly about what I'm talking about in the Next Play community, how to be an entrepreneur versus an entrepreneur, what path you should take, whether you should have a hybrid model of being an entrepreneur, depending on what season of life you're in, or being an entrepreneur right now, depending on the season with your life in, or being an entrepreneur, depending on the season of life in. It's going to talk a lot about how to strategize, prepare in this upcoming era we are in, how to start closing the wealth gap, because the wealth gap is going to get wider and people are going to try to differentiate further, and how me and you are going to be a part of the club that's going to actually close the gap, help middle class, help lower class, so we can try to mitigate that as much as possible. Yeah, and my last and final monetization strategy is going to be my second doc, which is going to be God's personal SOPs. I'm still continuing to study the Bible and my faith walk so I can be able to apply this to my life better, but also your life as well, because I don't want to lead anybody astray. The Bible talks about this. The biggest sin you can't is leading others to sin. I want to lead you away from it. So I want to make sure I'm studying this right. I'm evaluating this right. I'm not just having human ideology and my philosophies on there, but actually having tangible resources that help you, your business, your brand, and more personally, your relation, and more importantly, your relationship with God personally, professionally, spiritually. So when we finally get called home and when Jesus comes home that day, that you will be blessed and you don't have to worry, like in John says, about going to hell, about being separated from God for eternity. You can focus on being able to bless others, being able to live and go through your process, your persecution, your failures, and your blessings while on this earth, because you're having a heavenly experience in an earthly realm. Don't you ever forget that. And I promise you, you will learn a lot from that product. All right. I hope that helps you, gives you kind of like an idea of some products or some brainstorming you should come up with as you prepare your content for 2026 and for the end of this quarter 2025. Because I know between me and you, we're going to have an amazing year on social media, amazing year in life. And we're also going to be able to navigate through seasons of life that are harder, better, because we were able to rely and adapt with God by being intentional and having a purposeful plan. Thank you for watching. Again, I'm Ryan Lee. It's a pleasure to meet you. Please click down below and subscribe. I promise you won't be disappointed. I will be bringing a video once a week for the next year. So I want to see how much I can grow, at least one video. It's probably going to be more, and how much you can grow with me. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one. I don't know what I just did, but yeah.